Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Felix Baumgartner.
You know, some people would say, you know, Felix, he's just an adrenaline junkie. He's just a risk taker. How do you respond to folks like that?
Well, my background is a base jumper. You know, when I was doing all my base jumps, I never liked the term of adrenaline junkie. You know, my idea was always, my concept was always, I want to be a risk manager. You know, I wanna have a vision. I want to find a way how to realize that vision, to make it come true. I have to find the right team to work together. I have to listen and learn, and then finally become successful, you know. And of course, risk is involved. I mean, if you step out of a capsule at 130,000 feet, you know, it is dangerous, you know. But the key is to prepare yourself, to make sure you do not have a lot of unknowns, and then just go for it.
So how did you get there? I mean, you know, it's not, you certainly, probably that wasn't your first time in a capsule that high. What did you do to think about that risk, to plan? It was a long process, right?
It's a very long process. It took us almost 5 years to prepare for this particular moment. And our main objective was, we not want to go from zero to hero like all our competitors before. They prepared themselves and then they were trying to go all the way up. We did a lot of testing, you know. We put the Air Force on board. We did a lot of testing in a chamber. So we took the capsule in a chamber where you could simulate temperature and altitude. So I spent 5 hours in that chamber, could push all the buttons and dials to make sure I have enough experience how it feels when it's that cold. Then the next time we put the capsule into space 2 times unmanned to test out all the systems. And then we did the first launch from 7,000 feet. All the information and data that we gathered from that jump went directly into the next jump from almost 100,000 feet, and then we were completely prepared for the last one from 127,000 feet. The only unknown that we had was what happens to a human person if it breaks the speed of sound.
That's a big one.
It's a very big and fast one, you know. They have been telling me a lot of nightmares, you know. A lot of different scenarios and stuff that you do not want to hear, because my biggest question was, can I do anything against this? And the guy who told me everything said no. So you're not sure if you want to hear this. But he was trying to prepare me, and the good news was, if something goes wrong, it only takes 15 seconds. You know, so you're not going to suffer very long. which most of the time, you know, we had a lot of problems. One problem was we bought free suits, you know, but David Clark did not deliver the proper hardware, so we could not pressurize the suit. And the proper hardware belongs to the Air Force. They have the hardware and you cannot buy it, you know, so we had to get the Air Force on board. And that was such a big problem, it took us almost a year. So we dropped the ball many times, we picked it up again, and sometimes the motivation was really down. And you know, that's how it is. But sometimes, I think that the biggest key moment is always, you cannot look at the big picture because it's overwhelming. You have to break it down in smaller sections, and you look forward to the next task. Like if there's a big chamber test next week, let's make sure we do it successful next week, and then we start work from there. And that was pretty much how I worked the whole time. That's how the team worked the whole time, and this is why at the very end we have been successful.
Well, Felix, congratulations on your achievements, and thank you very much for being here with us today and putting our big scary decisions in perspective. So, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it.